So recently I reviewed Xiaomi's mighty Mi 10T Pro flagship style smartphone boasting premium specs like a 144Hz display, a 108 megapixel primary camera, Snapdragon 865 performance and full 5G support. It was a solid all-round smartphone for sure, but it also cost from 439 quid even with recent discounts, which places it out of the reach on anyone on a budget tighter than a starfish's sphincter. And if that's your dilemma, the answer may well be Xiaomi's Mi 10T Lite. You see, this little sucker normally costs just 229 quid direct from Xiaomi's website. I actually got it in a Black Friday deal for just £179, which is sheer insanity considering the smart's crammed into this motherfucker. And sure, the specs obviously aren't as premium as that Pro model, but the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite for that budget price still offers up a 120Hz display, a 64 megapixel primary camera, and that full 5G support as well. So that's actually one of the cheapest 5G smartphones that you'll find right now. So I'm going to whip the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite out of the box, take you on a full-on tour of the hardware and the software ahead of my in-depth review. And for more on the latest greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So let's see what you get stuffed inside here. You've got yourself one Mi 10T Lite, natch. You've got yourself a condom case to keep the Mi 10T Lite in pristine condition, with a lovely frosted finish no less, very fancy. You've got yourself a rather hefty 3-pin adapter, and a bit of Type-C USB cable action. So that's the box, and now let's check out the Mi 10T Lite in all of its luster, and check out that arse, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that a thing of beauty? This is the Rose Gold Beach design, apparently. Bit of a random name, but very cool indeed. I've got to admit, I was a bit hesitant ordering this model. Certainly the pictures on the website do not do it any justice whatsoever, but I thought screw it, go for the most in-your-face version of the Mi 10T Lite. You can also grab it in grey or dark blue if you want something a bit more subtle that's not going to attract quite so much attention when you whip it out of your pants down the pub or whatever. And yeah, that colour scheme certainly won't be to everyone's taste, but you know what, 2020 has sucked balls pretty hard, so I think a nice bit of colour will help brighten it up. And I really like that frosted matte finish as well. It feels incredibly smooth. It's almost like a pearl-like surfacing. Seems quite resistant to fingerprints as well, which is always good, so you can happily munch your greasy chips on a Friday night or whatever while tweeting or texting or whatever. And while the Mi 10T Lite certainly doesn't feel as much of a brick as the Mi 10T Pro does, it's still got a good heft to it at 215 grams. And to be honest, if you drop this thing, the floor's probably going to come worse off because it's got Gorilla Glass 5 core in front and back. You've also got a pre-installed screen protector on there as well. And then of course you can always wrap it up in ye old condom case if you want to keep it even safer. As for the rest of the design, well, you've got your edge-mounted fingerprint sensor right there, which doubles as the power button. You've also of course got your rather jutting camera lenses right there. And yes, they do stick out from the back end of the smartphone quite a considerable distance. Now if we pop open that SIM tray, you'll see that you've got room for 2 SIM cards, and that second SIM tray can also be used to house a micro SD memory card. So you can easily expand the 64 or 128 gigs of internal storage. So the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite is all set up and ready for action. And what you got on here is Android 10, sadly not the freshest new Android 11, with of course a good bit of Xiaomi's own MIUI 12 launcher slathered on top. And I've already done a full in-depth video on MIUI 12, so go check that out for all you need to know about the cool little funky features that this adds to Android. It does add quite a lot of bonus functionality, as you can see from just a quick flick through the settings, which is, I mean, it's absolutely huge, this friggin' menu. The MIUI 12 is definitely much nicer than previous incarnations of this launcher. For one, you've actually got an apps tray by default, so you don't have to have everything crammed there on your desktops. I was down on my knees weeping salty tears of joy the first time I saw this thing, but unfortunately you do, of course, get a lot of crapware pre-installed on here, so I've installed a few of my own bits, but as you can see, you get random little games like Tile Fun, Crazy Juicer, it's crazy, and lots of Xiaomi's own apps are stuffed on there as well, including some duplicates. You've got the Mi browser as well as the Google Chrome browser, stuff like that. I mean, all of this can basically get right to with a few key Xiaomi apps aside, at least you can uninstall the vast majority of this crap as well. Just get it right off there. And you don't get all of the super whizzy MIUI 12 features here on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite. So for instance, you don't get the whizzy space themes, which are highly animated, really cool. I believe that one is for OLED smartphones only, unfortunately. You also don't seem to get the iOS style control center either, which I've had on a couple of other MIUI 12 smartphones. So it's just your standard pull down notifications panel. But you do get NFC support support on here, and hopefully that'll have full Google Pay support. I will be testing that out for my in-depth review. Because when you want to unlock your Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite as well, you don't even have to push that power button, just lightly caress it, because it's got that built-in fingerprint sensor. And look at how nippy that is. I love how responsive these Xiaomi scanners are. And you've got a good bit of face unlock support to back up that fingerprint sensor as well. You've got a good bit of raise to wake action and everything as well. Let's see if it actually works. Quick tap of that power button, boom, straight in. As for the display on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite, well, it's a 6.67 inch beast. It's an IPS panel, as you kind of expect at this sort of budgety price point, but you've got a full HD plus resolution, so images look nice and sharp. And yeah, you do have a tiny wee sphincter notch up top, but it's very dinky indeed, barely intrudes on any actions. Very similar setup to Samsung's Galaxy A efforts and everything as well, right in the center there, the Samsung S Hall or whatever it is they call it. You can actually play around with the color output if you dive into the display settings on the Mi 10T Lite as well. So as you can see, automatic settings by default, depending on what the ambient conditions are like, but you can boost them to a nice saturated level if you like. You can also manually tinker around with the color temperature as well. And by default, the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite display is set to a 60 Hz refresh rate as well, but you can actually boost that up to 120 Hz. Not really sure why that's not set by default, to be honest. 120 Hz will, of course, drain your battery a little bit faster, but the difference is generally negligible, and it makes everything just so buttery smooth that it is well worth getting on board with. So far, definitely an impressive media setup here on the Mi 10T Lite, but you've also, as if that wasn't enough, got a stereo speaker setup, which is pretty rare to find at this sort of price point. Only a handful of other phones do that. So let's boost up the volume, see what we got.
Working my way through a massive stack of Mills and Boon books.
Oh, Gregory, take me now, you filthy scoundrel.
And yeah, perhaps unsurprisingly, that top earpiece speaker isn't exactly pulling its weight compared with the bottom one. It's definitely kind of tinny and nowhere near as loud and punchy, but you know what, it's nice just to have any kind of stereo speaker setup on a cheapy smartphone. And yay, verily, hallelujah, thank the baby Jesus, you do have a headphone jack slapped down there on the bottom end as well. So now let's have a gander at the performance here on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite. It certainly seems nice and slick and smooth so far, helped along by that 120 Hz display, of course, and actually providing the performance is a Snapdragon 750G chipset backed by a very healthy 6 gigs of RAM. And as you can see there, that 750G provides some very respectable benchmark scores, not too far off the likes of the 765. You've also got the Adreno 619 GPU packed in there, and you've got a 240 Hz touch sampling rate too as well, so should be good for your gaming. You've got the full Xiaomi Mi UI gaming tools on there too, so stay tuned for my full review for an in-depth look at the gaming chops. And Xiaomi has banged Qualcomm's X52 modem in there as well, so you've got full 5G smarts, just sub 6 of course, not millimeter wave, but again, what would you expect? At this budget price point, any 5G connectivity definitely gets a thumbs up. As for the battery, well, it's almost a 5,000 mAh cell stuffed in here. It's 4,820 according to the specs. You've got 33 watt fast charging as well, which again at this price point, kind of hard to come by. And you got the usual battery save and ultra battery saver mode shenanigans if you need it. Which brings us onto that rear camera tech, and what you actually get here is a quad lens setup, but the big boy of the bunch is the 64 megapixel primary snapper. And this uses Sony's IMX682 camera sensor, which is usually pretty dependable. So I'm expecting decent looking photos across a range of conditions, and of course you've got that dreaded bloody watermark in the bottom corner, which is on by default, so make sure you knock that straight off you thank you very much. And photos are actually taken at 16 megapixel resolution rather than the full 64, using 4-in-1 pixel binning just to brighten up the image in, you know, sort of less than perfect conditions, but you can shoot at full 64 meg resolution if the conditions are good enough for it. You also have yourself an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. I'll just get my bloody finger out of the way, always helpful. So I'll just get a more pulled back view of the action. I'm expecting the color temperature to be a little bit warmer. It does indeed seem to be that's the case. And although you can tap in for about 2x zoom action, it is just digital zoom. There's no optical telephoto lens on here. That would be an ask too far for the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite. In fact, those final two lenses are a 2 megapixel depth sensor for your portrait shots, and of course the obligatory 2 megapixel macro lens. Yay! So yeah, you've got a portrait mode on hand, and if you tap through to more, you've got loads of other stuff, a lot of which can just be completely ignored, frankly. But you do have a night mode on here, which might help out in those low light shots. Just takes lots of different photos of different exposures and then mashes them all together into a glorious low light pull thing. And if you want to shoot a good bit of video action, you can shoot up to 4K resolution footage using that primary lens, and as you can see there, you can switch to it nicely and easily just from the camera settings. And then last up, if you flip to the front, you've got a 16 megapixel single selfie snapper right there, which I'm sure will make me look exactly as haggard and tired as I feel. So that right there in a nutshell is the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite. Now my SIM is going to be slapped in this thing. I'm going to be using it full time as my personal handset for my in-depth review, testing the gaming chops, the battery life, see if it really is the bargainest 5G smartphone that all of us deserve to have stashed in our pants/bag. But if you've been using the Mi 10T Lite, it'd be great to hear on personal thoughts and experiences down in the comments below. Please do subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and as I say, stay tuned for my in-depth review. Cheers everyone, love you!